watching Wild Creek Outdoors. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make venison burrito bowls, or as we sometimes call them, chipotle bowls. You can do it with venison, you can do it with, if you had a wild boar, you can do it with that. That's just a way we're going to marinate the meat and thinly cut it. And then you can build those chipotle bowls or venison burrito bowls that are just as good as your favorite restaurant. So the first thing you're going to need is your meat. So today we're using venison from a deer we shot in the fall. This is just a venison roast, part of the rear quarter. And we'll get that opened and then show you how we're going to marinate it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the meat and we're going to cut this part in half. That gives us about an 1.25 inch section each wide for the width of it. So we can have some similar sections there. And then I'm just going to take that, using the knife at a slight angle, just cut this as thin as I can. So these cuts are almost, you can almost see through them. So real thin. This is less than 1/8 of an inch, so as thin as you can get it. That cut, this piece we got is about 2 inches by 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. So that's a little bit bigger than I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stack this all up and slice it once in half. Because what I'm going for is, you think about what size of meat would you like for one bite. So I'm going to cut it in just bite-sized portion. So I'll cut that once, cut it again, and that leaves us with about 1 inch by 1/2 inch slice of meat. All right, we got the meat all sliced up. Got it sliced nice and thin here, less than 1/8 of an inch thick, and about 1 inch by 1/2 inch diameter pieces, because again, I'm looking for something that is easily, can fit on the fork, can fit in one bite. So it's sliced thin, it's going to marinate quickly. We're going to leave it about 1 hour to 2 hours in the fridge. You could do it overnight if you'd like. If you want to prep it ahead of time, it'll only be better. So next we're going to mix up the marinade, get that going, throw it in the fridge, and then we're going to enjoy those venison burrito bowls tonight. Alright, so the first thing we're going to add here, olive oil. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in. Once you got your olive oil in, just go ahead and mix that around, get it nice and coated. Then we're going to coat this with some Montreal steak seasoning. Toss it a little bit, coat it some more. You guys will see that I love Montreal steak seasoning if you watch the channel with any regularity. It's got some great coarse pepper and garlic in there, coarse salt as well. Next we have lime juice. You could use a fresh lime. I don't have any fresh limes on hand right now, so I'm going to add roughly 2 tablespoons of lime juice into the mix. Then I got some smoked paprika. We'll add about a teaspoon of that. chili powder, about a half teaspoon of chili powder. Onion powder. Half teaspoon of onion powder as well. Then we have minced garlic. So that's the chipotle in there. You can see those diced peppers. I have the jar. Next thing you want to do is add a little bit of water. So I filled this jar about halfway with water. That's about a half a cup. We're gonna slosh that around a little bit, and then just pour that in here. And then once you get all that together, just mix that up so you get everything nicely coated with that marinade. Then we're just gonna cover it up, throw it in the fridge, and let that sit for at least an hour. All right, we got a fajita mix over here cooking, getting that nice and cooked down. Here I got my skillet, it's nice and hot. Got that on about medium, and we got our meat. That's our venison that's been marinating. I let it marinate here for about 2 hours. Again, you could do this overnight and let it go, but we got some oil on the bottom of the skillet, just a little bit, and then we're just going to take our meat and throw it on in. All we're looking for here is to get a quick sear on here. Since this is a pretty high heat that we got going on, this won't take long at all because these pieces are so thin. So I'd say give it 3 minutes and should be good to go. We've been sitting here for about 2 minutes. Just giving it a quick stir. This liquid will all cook out of it here shortly. And it looks like probably another 2 to 3 minutes. We'll check it again. All right, we are at 4 minutes total and the meat is looking great here. We're gonna turn that off and then start building our bowls. All right, we got our meal all prepped. We got the meat cooked, and you can see the spread of the toppings here out behind me. So this is going to be just as good as any Chipotle, but you don't have to wait in line. So we're going to build this bowl and see if we get the approval of the family, and hopefully you guys like it as well. We got our cilantro lime rice here. That's easy to make. You can just look up the recipe, or I'll put a link to one I like in the description. So we're going to throw some of that in here first. Then here's our beautiful venison. Again, this came from a roast, so it doesn't have to be your most choice cut of meat. This marinade will make it tender regardless. And we're going to throw some of our fajita mix on here. Green peppers and onions just sauteed. Gotta have some tomatoes. Some fresh aromas there. Gonna have some cheese. And some fire roasted salsa. Here we got a fresh corn salsa. This is just corn mixed with poblanos and a little bit of lime juice. You guys don't have to make all of this stuff, obviously, but it's still cheaper to make it at home, and it'll make a few meals for the family. And then we got some seasoned black beans. I just throw some taco seasoning in there. And we're gonna take a lime wedge, just squeeze that, get some of those nice juices all over everything. It'll make a nice little garnish as well. Add a little bit more cheese on top. And then we got some of our liquid queso. That's a family favorite. And we're gonna top that. A little bit on everything. And you gotta do a dollop of Daisy. Add the sour cream right on top. Well, there you have it. A venison queso bowl, or venison burrito bowl. All that's left is to see how it tastes. And for that, we have our daughter. Well, there you have it. Our finished venison burrito bowl. Altogether, it took maybe 15 minutes of prep time for the meat, and then just the time to cook everything else. So yeah, you can run to Chipotle and get all of this, and Chipotle is delicious. But if you like wild game like we do, nothing replaces using what you can get in the field, bring home, take care, and know exactly where your meat came from. I've never made this before, just using the cooking skills that I have, and you guys can easily replicate it as well. So let's see how it tastes. As good as I expected and hoped. Hope you guys like this video. We're gonna hopefully put some of the kids' reactions from the family in the video as well, see how they like the meal. But if you guys try this, I hope you drop us a note, drop us a comment, email, and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching Wild Creek Outdoors. You guys have a great day.